we will be able to find out 1, 3. By making use of Kennedy's circle and this rule, we will be able to find out these centers which are not available just by observation. So what is this Kennedy's circle? Now let us see. We draw one circle of any size. And now we divide this circle into number of parts equal to number of links. So there are 4 links. So I'll divide this into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. They need not be equal, but you can make it as much equal as possible, but no accuracy is required. Okay. So circle is drawn, 4 links, 4 parts. Next thing is, we join the points whose centers are already known. So whatever ICs are already known, those points we join. So we know 1, 2, so we join 1, 2. We know 2, 3, so we join 2, 3. We know 3, 4, so we join 3, 4. We know 1, 4, so we join 1, 4. So whatever centers, out of 6 centers, 4 centers were known. Just by observation, we have found out 4 centers. So these 4 centers, the points we have joined, corresponding to these 4 centers. Now the next thing is, what you don't know. You don't know 1, 3. So what we do now is, for 1, 3 which we don't know, we join 1 and 3 by dotted line. What we don't know, 1, 3, we have joined it by dotted line. Now what next? We want to find out O1, 3. We don't know where is O1, 3. We want to find it out. Now for that we have done this much. Now what we do? We write here, I'll write here O1, 3. I'll write here maybe only 1, 3. I'll write full O1, 3, which we want to find out. Now see here. Suppose you want to reach from this point to this point, and these are the roads available. How you will reach from here to here? There is no road here. Line is not. Line is a road. Now there is a road here. Road means you have to walk on this road. So you can go from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. You have to reach from 1 to 3. How do? You go to this and this. So you go like this. O12 and O23. O12, O23. So this is one road available to reach from here to here. Any other road is there to reach from here to here? So other road is O14 and O34. Correct? So if you want to reach from here to here, when this road is not there initially, this is one route and this is another route. Now see what has happened. By writing like this, what has happened? What are the numbers involved here? 1, 3 and 2. So if you go by this, suppose I go by this, 1, 3 and 2. What are the centers formed? 1, 3, 1, 2 and 2, 3. So 1, 3, 1, 2 and 2, 3, they are the 3 centers formed which are going to be in one line. As per this Kennedy's theorem, these 3 centers are in one line. So what it means? These centers are these centers, 1, 3, 1, 2 and 2, 3. 1, 3, 1, 2 and 2. So these 3 centers, as per the rule, these 3 centers, they are going to be in one line. They will be in one line. Now what are the numbers involved here? 1, 3 and 4. 1, 3 and 4. So the centers formed are 1, 3, 1, 4, 3, 4. So now these 3 centers are in fact exactly this. That means these 3 centers are also going to be in one line. So now see what we have done. As per the rule, what it says, that if you take any 3 links, then the centers that are formed, they are in one line. This is the first thing we have learned. Then by making use of Kennedy's circle, what we have done, whatever centers we were known, those centers we have joined, and what we don't know, 1, 3, we are joined by dotted line, and then we tried to find out how to reach from here to here. So one way was 1, 2, 2, 3, we are written like this. Other way was 1, 4, 3, 4, we are written like this. So now the combination that has happened is 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 3, 1, 4, 3, 4. So this combination is like these three links are taken. This combination is like these three links are taken. So it is like taking these three links and taking these three links, getting one combination like this, getting other combination like this. So now what has happened? By doing this, what has happened? Now we can say that if you want to find out O13, we want to find out O13. So if you want to find out O13, what you have to do is, these two centers, see when you say 1, 2 and 2, 3, these what are 1, 2 and 1, 3, they are the centers which are already known. 1, 2 we already know, that's why we have joined it. 2, 3 we already know. So these two centers we already know. So you can draw a line from this, and on that line somewhere there will be O13. Similarly, these two centers are known, and because they are known, if you draw a line passing from this, and that line if you extend somewhere on that line, this will line. So now can you tell me, can you find out O13? You have got these 2 points and you can join them. You have got these 2 points, you can join them. So one line like this and other line like this. When you draw these 2 lines, wherever these 2 lines intersect, that will be the point O13. So are you getting how we have found out what was not known? So now let us do that. O12 and O23. So this is they are the 2 points. So I join them. Join these 2 points. So I have drawn a line from 1, 2 and 2, 3. The other line is 1, 4 and 3, 4. Where is 1, 4 here? Where is 3, 4 here? So I will draw a line like this. So this is wherever it intersects, this is going to be point O13. So whatever point you were not knowing, this you may not be seeing here. Here you will get, when you join this, you will get O13 there. So we obtain now O13 also. And once you obtain this point, now you make this dark, because now you know where is O13. So this road is available. If you want, you can make use of that road now. So now what is remaining? 2, 4. Can you find out where is 2, 4? You have to find out 2, 4. So what you do, in a similar way, join 2 and 4 by dotted line. Join 2 and 4 by dotted line. So right here O, 2, 4. Now how do you reach from 2 to 4? 1, 2, 1, 4. 1, 2, 1, 4. And the other road is 2, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3, 3, 4. Right? So this is one line, this is another line, and these 2 lines when you draw, their intersection will give you 2, 4. Correct? So now do that. 1, 2 and 1, 4. 1, 2 and 1, 4 is here. So I will draw a line. This will be line. 1, 2, 1, 4 is joined. 1, 2, 1, 4. Next is 2, 3, 3, 4. So let us join 2, 3 and 3, 4 line like this. So when you do that, 2, 3 and 3, 4, when you do that, this is the point which is going to be O1, O24. So this becomes point O24. So the point which we were trying to find out, O24, we obtained here. O13, we obtained here. Intersection of these two is O13. This is O24. So we obtained the points by making use of Kennedy's circle and by making use of the Kennedy's theorem. In fact, what this circle is, the circle is just to put the statement in the graphical form. So when you say 3 centers are in one line, now these 3 centers are one line is obtained by this. So that is how it is made. It is designed by some scientist, Kennedy. The procedure, the rule, etc. Maybe you must have observed, done some lot of work on that and found out this principle and found out this method of finding out the centers which are not known. So by this you will be able to find out the centers O13 and O24. So now all the possible 6 centers are known. Now the earlier question, O13 is here. 1 and 3 they are somewhere else. They are not connected to each other, but then there is still O13 existing. Similarly, link 2 is here, link 4 is here. They are not connected. They are totally different links. But the center O2 and 4 exists, and it is here. So that means this instantaneous centers, first of all, it is at that instant. It will change after some time. In some cases, it doesn't change like O12. O12 will not change. But some other centers are such. Now 3, 4 will not remain here. After some time, it will be somewhere else. 2, 3 also will be somewhere else. But 1, 2 will be here only. 1, 4 will be here only. Similarly, 1, 3 and 2, 4 also will change. So ICs are such that some ICs remain in the same position and some ICs keep changing. Okay. So we have found out the 6 ICs for this particular 4-bar mechanism. Now we want to know what to do with this. How are we going to make use of these instantaneous centers to find out the velocities of various points. So if you remember what we had done in the polygon method, same thing we should be able to do by this method also. So what we had done there, we were in a position to find out the velocity of this point. Suppose somebody has given us a point here, we know how to find out velocity of this point. Suppose somebody gives us point here, we know how to find out velocity of this point. So like that, even if suppose this link is extended, expansion of link. Suppose this link number 3 is extended like this. So we know how to find out velocity of this point, velocity of this point, velocity of this point, velocity of this point. So whatever you do with this mechanism, we know how to find out the velocities of different points with respect to some other points. So suppose this is M, this is N. We can find out velocity of M with respect to N and so on, which we have learned in the polygon method. Now we are in a position to find out that. We are going to learn that even by this method as we go further ahead. Okay. So right now in this lecture, first lecture on instantaneous center method, we have learned the basics of this method to find what is instantaneous center and how to find them out, by what rule you have to find out, that we have learned. So now if you are given a mechanism, you will be able to find out the ICs that are involved. Okay, there is one more option still remaining, how to find out the instantaneous center of a slider. If you take a slider and crank mechanism, how do you find out the instantaneous center of a slider? That part remains. But for this kind of a mechanism, we have learned how to find out the different ICs. Okay, so let us learn up to this much, try to understand whatever we discussed today, and then we will go to the next part.